What is up? Welcome back to the Amibro podcast. I am Eric, the Asian Cowboy, and again, this is John L. Papi. Welcome,
Hello, 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 hello.
welcome back, welcome back. Like usual, we're gonna start it off with hope everyone had a great week. It's Thirsty Thursday, and what are you drinking? I got myself a lime cucumber pepino limon. Butchered that pronunciation, but this.
Lime, cucumber, pu- pepino, limon. Oh, it's just saying lime, cucumber in Spanish. Pepino means cucumber.
Oh,
That's
it's
hilarious.
delicious.
And I'm drinking a delicious Raisin Cane's Arnold Palmer.
Best ice,
Delicious.
best iced tea in the business. Canes.
Honestly, I think I agree.
Do you
This
actually
shit is
know
so fire.
who's a really big supporter of Canes and loves Canes? Is Post Malone. And this
Oh,
and
nice.
this very shirt is really sick. It's like I didn't go to the concert, but my good buddy here, John, he copped me one of these. Um, Very
I
nice
went to the
shirt,
concert. It was sick. I wish you were there.
but great gift. Thank you so much. I thought I'd wear it for today. Why not? And
Goes well with the hat too.
yeah, Texas spelled backwards, upside down. It's
Nice.
a brand called True Brand in Texas, and their whole idea was from base what I saw on their website, and don't quote me on this, but it seems like they're trying to not protest but speak out subtly, like how a lot of things are upside down and backwards these days. That's why
Mm,
Texas is upside down and backwards. They have a Dallas hat, not Cowboys, but it says Dallas upside down and backwards. But anyway, we got a lot to talk about today.
Zooey.
So I do not want to dilly daddle. Let's just get right to the nitty gritty.
Dilly daddle. I'm always dilly daddling. Pause. My fault. Um,
Diddy daddling? What? Huh?
you're diddling, you're daddling,
Oh,
you're daddling, you're diddly.
you're daddling.
Anyways,
You're daddling Diddy? Huh? Whoa.
whoa,
Whoa.
whoa.
Ooh.
Anyways,
All right.
all right. So,
To
first topic on the list: what adult things you don't know how to do that you should? I'll go first, and I feel like there's a little bit of grace with this one because I feel like a lot of people don't know how to do this, but I have to put this on the list. I don't know how to fold a fitted sheet.
I don't know either. I just kind of roll it up and throw
Literally, bro.
it.
Dude, I'm like folding my laundry. I'm getting like, oh, okay, here's the blanket, fold it up, cool. I got the pillowcases nice, got the comforter nice and folded. I get to the fitted sheet, and I'm like, what the? Put this through, and then just fucking throw it.
That's it. That's it.
Literally.
Um,
What about
I
you?
mean, I would have thought you would have said something a little bit different than a fitted sheet. I was thinking like taxes, nutrition, just things that have general health. Like, but it kind of bleeds into our number two topic, so we'll just combine the two. College, is it really worth it? Because from my experience, I've learned a lot more through my personal life experiences, good and bad, learning from others that, great people I've met than I ever have in college, personally. Like college, I did not learn how to do taxes. I didn't learn how to do
Yeah.
how to fill out insurance forms, how to, things like that, how to properly budget. Yeah, they talk about budgeting
Yeah.
and accounting, but they don't really tell you how, like, life coaching and stuff like that. So I feel like through school, college, high school, whatever, like a lot of things I had to learn as an adult came from trial and error.
Yeah.
You know, that's just me. If I knew how to budget, I probably that's probably what I would say is budgeting. If they taught us how to
Yeah.
do solid budgeting from a young age, 16 plus, and then into college, maybe like a intro to budgeting, like a prerequisite bullshit class just to take, just to have a little better knowledge on how to budget. That's how most
Well,
people fail is they have bad budgeting, and I'm not perfect. My budgeting isn't the greatest, but That's what
I will
happened.
say this. We actually did have a class in high school. I don't know if you remember, Eric. We had a class called personal finance. I took that class. Did I pay attention in it? Hell no. Did I pass it though? I did.
A
Do I
C
remember everything?
C's get
What?
degrees.
Yeah, so I mean I don't remember the class. I wish I remembered it now because it's like more prominent that I need to file my taxes, take care of my budget, you know, how to use a credit card, things like that.
How does credit work?
How
That's
does
another
credit
one.
work? You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
I mean, my
That I've
dad's
learned, I learned how to, you know, how to budget just from trial and error, how to use a credit card, how to use credit to your advantage. Like in college, I did not care about that shit at all. And in college, you're an adult. You're 18 years old and up, right? So you're figuring out life. You're on your own. If you moved away from home, you're living by yourself now. Luckily for me, I knew the basics of like adulting, you know, how to do laundry, how to cook for yourself. I feel like that's like basic living. I don't even know if that counts as adulting, but that's just basic living necessities
it
that you
is.
need to
I mean,
know. Basic skills, I mean, that you
I
need to
remember
know.
taking speaking of high school. I remember taking home ec. Was it home ec? They taught how to bake, how to cook, how to
Cooking. It was just
sew,
cooking.
I did sewing. My fucking stuffed animal looked like a fucking abortion, dude. That shit looked crazy. I was like, that's
Oh
not.
my,
It was so bad. Fucking looked
oh my God.
like when Ted got ripped apart and just stuffing is falling out. Yeah, it wasn't good. I'm not a sewer,
Oh my God.
but yeah, man. I think, and that's the beauty of life, ain't it? It's the trial and error. And, if you
Hmm.
don't try, you don't learn, and you don't try, you don't know what you like or don't like. So it almost like you have to fall a little bit and get back up and keep on going.
Yeah.
Um, I remember when I first moved out at 18 or 19, something like that, with my
Hmm.
ex girlfriend at the time. Like, fuck, dude, that budgeting hit me like a freight train. Like, I was like, damn, I need to get 3 jobs just to make rent and pay bills. And I did it. Um,
Yeah.
but,
Life hits you quick and hard
mhm,
because at one point you're in a life where mom and dad are taking care of things, they're feeding you every day. All you got to do is show up to school, come back home, do your homework, play video games, eat, and go to bed. Now you have to worry about where you can get money to feed yourself, to house yourself, to have fun, right? Then you got to
make
make time
time.
for for yourself,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
To relax or enjoy whatever you like to enjoy, whether it's going out, you know, going to the park or whatever, doing whatever makes your life exciting.
Also, it's
And now
like, and
you have to
chores too,
I mean
you
chores too. You got to make your bed, you got to do your laundry, you got to clean your house. All on top of that while doing everything else that I just mentioned. So
That's
that's
why.
why mental health is being pushed so hard. Back in the day, that wasn't the thing. It's like for guys, it's like, oh, you're a man, man up, you know, type shit. But
Well, back in the day,
it's crazy.
the culture was very different. Where it was, guy makes the bread, goes to work, comes home, he gets a hot meal, hangs out with the family a little bit, goes to bed, does it all again. What's the wife do?
Hmm.
Takes care of the kids, cleans the house, cooks the meals, makes sure everything inside the house is up to par, and then the guy is the one that's outside, doing the landscaping or whatever. Now
Right.
you have single mothers, you got single fathers, you have separated homes where they split time. Um, so it's like that role of who's the housekeeper and who's the breadwinner is now blurred between the two
Yeah.
genders, and it's like you got to do so
That
much more
that old
now.
school mentality,
That
yeah, that
shit's
old
gone.
school mentality is like is gone. And
I mean,
which is
I wouldn't
that's
say
fine.
gone. I wouldn't say gone because there are still families that run like that. Like
Right,
maybe
right. You're right.
there's still moms
It's
that stay
it's
home.
it's less apparent
It's
for sure.
it's harder now because of the
There's more individuality, I would
not
say.
just that. I think it's the cost of living affects it too. Now almost
That too.
you need both spouses or the partner or couple to both
Yeah,
work
to work.
in order to sustain a lifestyle that's comfortable for them and support
Right.
their kids, support their dog, whatever. You know, back then, you could probably work at a grocery store and pay your bills and you're chill. Now,
Yeah.
you know, someone's doing this, someone's doing that, combined incomes. Now we can provide for the family. And
Yeah.
but if you're lucky enough to have an individual, whether it's male or female, really the breadwinner is a breadwinner. It doesn't really matter what gender it is. But if the breadwinner has enough money where they can support you, or you don't have to work and you just stay home, then that old school lifestyle is kind of still there. But it's the hardest
Yeah.
part is achieving that financial stability to be able to do that. A lot of people can't do that right now.
Yeah. So I think talking about like just basic life adulting skills, if you're and 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 I preface this with if you can do this, right? If you're willing and able to. If you're at least 15 years old, right? You're in high school, right? You're starting to learn things about the outside world, the adults and stuff and all that crap. I think you should at least know how to do your laundry, wash, separate whites, darks, colors, and fold, right? Basic cooking knowledge, how to fry an egg, how to make rice. Rice is probably the easiest thing to make, and people overcomplicate it. How to cook pasta,
Grilled chicken.
salt, water, salt, water, and noodles or pasta, whatever. How to grill a chicken. It's easy. A little seasoning, a little salt, pepper, put it on the grill. That's it.
Throw a steak down, medium rare, call it a day.
Cleaning your surroundings, mopping, sweeping. I feel like this is basic shit that we should know from 15 years old and up. I'll give you 15 minimum. I learned that shit when I
12.
was younger than,
10,
younger than
10,
15.
11, 12, yeah.
In a Hispanic household, brother, they make you cook, clean, do laundry at like 9, 10 years old.
Oh, you can walk now? Okay, good. Do the lawn.
Yeah, yeah, if you can
Go
walk,
do
you can do shit around the house.
Oh, 100%.
Um Now, when I see this on our list here, when it comes to changing a tire, I feel like maybe you can wait a little bit until you can actually drive a car. Changing a tire and checking your oil. You don't have to learn how to change your oil, but at least checking it to know when it is low. Nowadays,
Some people don't know how to fucking pump gas, believe it or not.
that's another thing.
Yeah.
Most of the country, the driver pumps their own gas in New Jersey. They're very s- they're very special in New Jersey. They create jobs for people to pump your gas, so you don't have to get out of the car. And there's a gas attendant that will pump your car. But everywhere else, you have to pump your own gas. So I would hope you know which gas to put in your car
Dude,
also.
I've seen videos where, like, you know, unfortunately, most of the time it's a chick who puts the diesel into a regular car engine. That can't be real, dude. There's no way.
No, I mean, to be fair, I've seen a lot of those videos too. And also, fuck you for recording, and not trying to help them, but whatever. Um, but yeah, I've seen it before where they put diesel inside the car and the car is not supposed to take diesel and it just fucks the whole engine up and it's really bad. But I would hope if you're at least driving a car, you know how to put gas in your car.
Mhm.
And then you can learn how to change your tire.
Speaking of cars, actually, if you go on YouTube, honestly, it teaches you a lot. Like
I was just about to say that.
I've done share brain. I've done work on my car, not like oil changes, but like I replaced the headlights, interior
Hmm.
lights with LED because at one point I was incandescent lighting, and I wanted a
Yeah.
LED look. And instead of bringing it to a shop, they'll charge me, oh, that'll be $500. At
Yeah.
$20, I bought a kit, did it myself. It just took
Yeah.
a little bit of elbow grease, a little bit of a lot of patience because some areas are hard to get my arm through. But if you could do it yourself, do it yourself. It's always the cheapest option. Um,
Yeah.
when it comes to that, it's like YouTube. Like I said, I mean, just for sake of argument here, I went to Valvoline and they said, "Oh, your cabin air filter could be changed, so we can do it to $25. We'll do it for you." I'm like, No, like I'll figure it out. I think I'm okay for now. Went bought one at O'Reilly's for like $5 and did it myself.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yep. YouTube University is what I call it. Same here. Like I used to drive a Civic and had to change the brake pads and the rotors on two different wheels. Although it took me 3 hours to do, I fucking did it. And I made sure I went through that video almost 100 times over to make sure I got every step correct. And I did. And that car ran for another 3, 4 years. And I mean, now it's gone, but still, it was a great car. It was perfect because it was a Honda Civic. Parts are cheap. Things are easy to pull out and plug back in. It was like a Lego.
yeah,
But yes, YouTube, you can learn a lot of different skills on YouTube, and it's free. If you have internet and a phone, or internet and a computer, or internet and you can go to the library and use the computer and you want to learn something, go learn. And not just basic home skills, basic adult skills. You can learn anything. But
yeah. I
on
mean,
the topic of adulting, you can learn a lot of adulting things on YouTube, taxes,
yeah. I mean,
budgeting, all that stuff that
another
we
great,
talked about.
another great. Speaking of YouTube, another great thing you can use, get a little insight. Maybe some laughs. Is tune into the Amibro podcast on YouTube. You got to check
Hey,
it
we're on
out.
there.
We're on
We're
YouTube.
on there.
You can see us. You can see the visual, our hand gestures, facial gestures, not just the audio on that. So give that a check out. I think John will post a link, and I'll send some links out as well.
We're
Um,
also visually on Spotify. So Spotify has a feature where you can see our faces. They'll show the video. Hello.
Hi. So stupid.
Um, so if you're curious about what we look like, either YouTube or right here on Spotify, you can see our faces, and our goofy facial expressions. But yeah, adulting. We got to go through it. We all got to go through it.
Another big part of adulting, dating.
Talk to me.
So
Yeah.
that's something, when you're your kid, your parents may or may not give you the talk, but that doesn't help, okay, at all. It doesn't teach you how to talk to girls. It doesn't teach you when's too much, when's too little, when to back up. It's almost like it sounds like a game, and it is, you know.
Hmm.
And from my experience, it is interesting. I'll get into that in a little bit, but dating, finding a significant other, a compatible partner, that's something that can't be taught because everyone is their own individual. So it takes time, practice, trial and error, once again, to find the one. Um, but in today's day, dating happens to be in two spectrums or realities: online dating
Mm.
and real world dating. What do you think is
In
better?
life, in person,
In
you're saying.
person, like you go to a bar, you go to a club, you bookstore, even you see a girl you like, you're like, oh hey, like whatever, spark the conversation, shoot the shit. Maybe it becomes a one night stand, maybe it becomes a friend, maybe it becomes friends with benefits. There's so many options out there. Girlfriend, you never know. But I noticed that the initial step of just approaching the individual is the hardest step because maybe you're
Yeah.
shy, maybe you're nervous what they'll think. Do I look good? Do I smell bad? What's going on? Am my breath hot? Like, there's a lot of things that go through your mind. But in the end of the day, if you're interested, just go for it. What's the worst that can
Yeah.
happen? Um,
Yeah.
Now with dating apps, it's very different because now you're sitting at home, you're in the comfort of your home. Um, just swipe right, swipe left, and I don't personally like dating apps, and I'll explain again later why. I personally had better luck in person. Um,
Yeah.
but with dating apps, I feel like it's very objectified. It's just solely
It
based on
is.
look. You don't know what that
Hmm.
person's like. If you don't think they're attractive, you're not even going to give them a chance. Now,
Hmm.
having said that, me and my current girlfriend, we met on Tinder, so it obviously worked out in that front. But normally, I prefer real life interaction versus the digital world. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah. Dude, This is gonna be such a interesting topic to talk about because I I like to date, right? I'm a lover
Certified
boy.
certified hoe.
No. Maybe. I don't know, dude. Fuck. Yes, I'm a hoe. I'm honest. I'm outstanding, and I'm enthusiastic, bro. I'm a hoe. Anyways, um,
Don't ever say that shit again. It's so stupid.
but dude, I like to love. I'm a lover. I love to love. When I'm in a relationship, I am all for you. When I'm outside of a relationship and I'm single,
He's ready to mingle.
I'm I'm ready to mingle. I'm trying to have, I try to have fun. I like to meet people. So dating for me, man, whether it's in person or behind a screen on like Tinder or Hinge, you know, I think right now I would prefer in-person interaction versus behind a screen, because of the wave of Tinder and Hinge and Bumble and all those dating apps that have been around for so long. I want to say it's been around for at least a good, let's say 6 years. I don't remember it being, actually no, I'm gonna say 10 because I remember using it in college and I started college about 10 years ago, which is, I'm gonna throw the fuck up. Um,
Fuck, it's been 10 years.
it's been 10 years since I started college. Anyways, so
Yeah, 15. Yeah.
yeah, 2015, 2014. So, I mean, we've had a decade worth of online dating, and online dating is not a new thing. Like there's
I
been
think
the
eHarmony,
eHarmonies, the
Christian
Christian
mingle.
Mingle, Farmers Meet, whatever the fuck. That's always
Yeah.
been, online dating.
But
It's not nothing new.
the difference is it went from something you have to log on to on your computer to
Computer
now it's an
versus
app.
having something that you have right here.
Yeah.
It's geo based, so whoever's close to you and whoever has, a
Similar
profile, it'll
interests.
similar interests, it'll ping right to you. You're like, oh, this person's interesting. So it makes dating more
Accessible.
efficient
Yeah.
and yes, accessible and efficient because it's like this versus, having to wait for
Get their
a
number and
reply or a
yeah.
request, but anything like that. But also, in person, if you see somebody you like, it might not be that often as Tinder or Bumble or whatever dating app you're using, but like if you go to the store and you see like an attractive girl or an attractive guy and you're like, damn, like they're very good looking. I wouldn't mind dating someone like that. But then comes those nerves. You're like, damn, like what do I say? How do I look? Is my hair okay? Um, like you mentioned, like, yo, is my breath kicking? Like, I don't know. Like you start running these scenarios in your head, and that's just your natural instinct not wanting to fail. I don't think anybody on the face of the planet Earth wants to fail at anything,
This is
right?
very blunt. No one wants to fail, but get used to it.
I know.
I mean, yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've been turned down, fake numbers. This number's been disconnected. You've been blocked, whatever. Like, and girls will say things at clubs and bars, and they're like, "Oh no, I have a boyfriend." Are they telling the truth? Are they lying? Who knows? Doesn't matter. Um, you know, but it's like just my point. How should I put this? 'Cause I failed a lot in dating, and I'll get to the reason why I believe it's the case. But it's just interesting to see. Plus, it's like I still pick real life because you get to see their facial gestures, you know.
Yeah,
And plus the fact, here's a big one, they're fucking real. Okay,
that's so true.
they're fucking because they're standing right there, So
Literally, bro. Yeah, that is another that's a negative towards the dating apps, catfishing. And like there's so many positives and negatives about dating apps, and then there's positives and negatives about in-person dating. Um, Honestly, I would do both. I would try both because you never know
Yeah,
where life is going to take you. Like for example, you, Eric, your girlfriend, you met her on a dating app, and you guys have been dating for a while now.
two
Um,
2 years, 7 months.
my longest relationship, I met her also on Tinder, and it was like a year and a half. I think that's my longest relationship. Um, and then on the in-person side of things, it's better, to get their energy in person. You feel their vibe, you look at their body language. Also, sometimes dating doesn't even have to be just like a stranger that you don't know. Like it could be like a friend of a friend. So like let's say Eric has a friend that he works with, and she's looking to date and I'm looking to date. Like, oh, let me hook you up with my buddy John. He's such a great guy. That's another version of in-person dating. Like
Yeah.
dating, there's a spectrum, right? There's a spectrum of dating, there's behind the screen, all the way to in person, and all in between. And you know what? As a lover boy, as a person who likes to love and likes to give out love, as long as I'm being loved the way that I want to be, I don't care how it comes. Honestly, bro. So,
So, in a realm of dating apps and reality, right? How do you think rom coms, and this is on the list, but like rom coms and like, what the fuck's it called? Reality TV show dating, like Love is Blind or Too Hot to Handle, things like that. Do
or
you
my
think,
favorite, Love Island.
anyway, so
Anyways.
do you think they put a, not, I don't know
False
about
perspective?
false perspective, yes, on how the fairy
I
tale
would
should be?
say
Because
yes and no.
think about it. In rom coms, it always follows the same. They're together, they break up, maybe they try to chase that person back, or they find someone else who's really more compatible. But there's always a happy ending, most of the time in most rom coms, right?
Um,
Then
yeah.
you look at Love Island and all these different Temptation Island and all these different reality dating shows. It's like
What's the one you said Love is Blind, right?
Love is Blind, Too Hot to
The
Handle,
Bachelor,
Too
The
Hot to Handle.
Bachelorette.
See, the reason I don't like reality dating shows is because the word reality, it ain't fucking real. And here's the thing too, just look at the people in it. They're all nines and tens. Beautiful women,
Yeah.
beautiful dudes. That's
Well,
not that's not a
they're
normal.
casted for TV. They want to make sure people look pretty on TV. So that's just
It's false. It's false.
The Hollywood side of things. I mean, part of it could be false, part of it could be true. Um, like just for example, with Love Island, the one that everybody's talking about right now. Side note, I've been watching Love Island for years now, since college, but there's a UK version. That was the original. But for whatever reason, the USA version got popular this season. Whatever. They do cast people, and they're real people. They're not actors.
Well,
I
yeah,
would
they're real
say
people. They're
it's a
real.
it's a it's a dating show and a social experiment put into one. They want to see how people react if they make them do certain things. If there's voting involved, there's challenges involved, and they want to see what people do in these scenarios. And I
Yeah,
think I think it's I think it's cool, but it's also harsh because you really get to know somebody on the screen, and you're judging them right away based off their actions, but you really don't know them as a person. Like for example, if I went on Love Island, you know me to the core, but there's producers, right? Producers like to produce. They like to cut and edit shit to make things look more
yeah.
extravagant or
You'll say like
more
one thing.
outrageous than what it
You'll
is.
say one thing in a sentence, so block out the rest. Take that one clip, and it was like John saying,
Hmm.
"Oh, that guy Eric, that guy, he sucks." They didn't see the
Yeah.
part that he says like, "Oh, he sucks at basketball. I don't know. I'm making that up.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like,
No, that's the perfect example. So I mean, I don't think the people are faking things. It could just be Hollywood itself on how they're trying to tell a story
maybe I don't know.
for the viewers.
Speaking of
So,
Hollywood, though, how do you think all these? Because everyone's like, oh my god, like some celebrities, they're like, oh, if I ever meet this person and ever get that chance to like, date them, blah blah blah, whatever. I've heard conversations like that.
wait, what do you mean like if like a regular person you're
Like a
saying?
regular person, regular Joe like me and you, and they're
Okay.
like, oh, my celebrity crush is Margot Robbie
Dua
or
Lipa.
whatever, right?
Yeah, that's my crush, celebrity crush anyways.
And it's like, I who would I talk to? I was talking to someone about it, and they were like saying how I'll be so sick, blah blah. I'm like, but there's no chance you'll ever get to be in their circles. So like
Right.
talking about like celebrities dating, is it all planned? Maybe
Oh, I see. Like
they try to
our
this power couple is gonna be great for views, great for this,
yeah,
great for that.
like back in the day, Brad and
Brad Pitt,
Angelina.
Angelina, or Jay Z and Beyonce, or
Yeah.
things like
You're
that.
saying you're saying if
Is it
that is like a PR stunt,
is it real?
is it
Because
real?
how many
I think
celebrities too you see get married and divorced in like three
yeah.
years, 2 years, 10 months? You know,
I think most of it is real and some of it is fake. Now, when people get married, I don't think that's a PR stunt. I think getting married is a
yeah.
pr- pretty big fucking deal. But when you're dating somebody, this boyfriend, girlfriend, I
Mm-hmm.
think it could be a PR stunt. I think it could add to their value as a celebrity, make them stand out more. Because like Jay-Z and Beyonce, I don't know, I don't think that's a PR stunt. They have kids together. That's a pretty fucking
That's a
crazy
big
PR stunt if you
that's a big
you
power
know?
couple though. Like how the
Right.
fuck did
But
they get
then
matched up?
I don't know.
Out of
Maybe
all
it was like on set. Maybe they were on set and they knew each other, or maybe they were trying to make it a PR stunt and it
it just
actually worked out.
blossomed into a yeah. You never know. I mean,
Like, look at Toby Maguire, right? And what's the girl that plays Mary Jane?
I don't know her name, but the redhead.
The redhead. Yeah,
Yeah.
they used to date, and now they don't.
Well,
Was
even
it a
look
PR
at
stunt? I don't know. But now the new Spider-Man, Tom Holland and Zendaya, they're dating. They're actually, I think they got married or they're engaged.
uh,
One of the two.
yeah.
But could have been a PR stunt. Maybe it blossomed into something
But I
else.
mean,
We won't know.
look at even Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. They met on
Hmm.
'70s show.
Yep.
So I mean, you know,
Yeah,
Ryan.
but they met on the '70s show, right? A long time ago. But remember, Ashton dated the other famous actress Demi Moore for a while,
Oh, I didn't know that.
and this was after the '70s show.
Yeah.
So Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher probably rekindle afterwards.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Who knows? I mean,
Dating is I feel like one of the most mysterious things in existence,
most
right?
mysterious things, but the most down to our DNA, right? As a
Yeah,
species, we're bred to
mate.
mate and reproduce, not necessarily date and have a body count of like 88, whatever. Like, but
Right.
it's just something in everyone's DNA. You know,
Yeah,
I
nobody
think what we're
we're
talking about is the steps of getting to it are very different now.
absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
I guess
Dating has changed.
the celebrity question for me was for us, it's
Hmm.
one way. How different is it for them? I think that was what I was trying to get at.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be different because they're at socially they're at a higher standard, right? Like, oh, like people know this person a lot because of X, Y, and Z.
Mhm.
Versus you and I, we got this podcast and we're just some regular dudes who have some, regular jobs and we're out here dating or you're in a relationship and it's different.
Less eyes on us. Like think about
Less eyes.
the stress,
Correct.
right? Like let's say you're a power couple. Let's say Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, right?
Hmm.
And like you go, you can't just go to the movies on a nice date together. People be
Right.
like, "Oh my god, that's Deadpool" or whatever, you know?
Or if you're in this PR stunt, right? Like we were talking
Yeah,
about,
yeah,
right? Let's say I'm dating, I'm a famous singer, or let's say this. I'm a famous baseball player, right? And I'm dating this famous soccer player. I can't go out with the boys and just like, what if like somebody catches me like hitting on a girl, right? And me and this soccer player, it's a PR stunt, so we're not actually dating, but I'm like hitting on this girl. Breaking news: John Sanchez, star of XYZ baseball team, cheating on whatever her name is on the
yeah.
soccer team. So
That's it.
being
Yeah,
being at a higher status socially is definitely probably harder to date. And also, like, as a celebrity, like, let's say you want to date a regular person because they understand you. How are you gonna trust them? Are they dating you because you're famous, or are they dating you because
or
you're yourself
your money.
or your money? Like,
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, I
dating as a
love
celebrity is tough for sure,
I love
100%.
hearing success stories of that. Like Hollywood or fame didn't change them. I love shit like
Hmm.
that
Yeah, same.
because it shows that they're actually genuine people. Um, some people I can think of, like Steph Curry, right? He was with his
Hmm.
girlfriend for the longest, rose to fame, first unanimous MVP in the NBA, I think 4 championship rings, I believe, and he's still loyal as hell to Aisha, I believe her name is. They have
Hmm.
kids, they have all that, and like that really warms my heart because like wow, like she was with him when he was a nobody, and stay with him when he's a fucking somebody. Like, that's what you
Yep.
need. I think I heard a quote one time where find you a girl that loves you for your worst, not at your best, or something like
Same
that.
with Messi. Same with Leo Messi. He, he was coming up in the ranks young as a kid, but he met his girl young. I think they're high school. Did he go to high school? I don't remember, but they were like I think childhood best friends or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that, or something. But he met her young, and I think he's the only girl he's ever dated, and she's a baddie, and they have 3 kids, and they're still married today. So
It's possible.
it's possible, and I agree with what you're saying. Like those stories, it warms my heart. The lover boy side of me, it's fucking awesome, bro. Like I mean, now at almost 30, you know, single. Yes, I wish I had something like that, cool, but that's not my journey. That's not how my story is going to be written, you know? And then eventually I'll find that one girl that, likes me for me, wants to be with me for me, and doesn't care to, express that or whatever it may be. Um, it'll be worth it because we'll build a team, and I know she'll bring the best out of me, and I'll bring the best out of her.
Yeah.
And that's all that really matters to me, honestly.
At the end
And
of
a
the day,
fat ass too. But um
in the end of the day, you gotta work with each
I'm just
other.
being real.
In the end of the day, you gotta work with each other and communicate. And
Absolutely.
I've told you this before. I've told you this before. It comes down to trust, communication, and then the love. Right. First is the
Hmm.
communication. Communication builds trust. Trust, communication put together builds that bond, that love for each other. Um, you have to try to find someone that you know brings you up, not pulls you down. Obviously
Absolutely.
it's not perfect. Whether you're a celebrity, whether you're an average Joe, all relationships are difficult. Um, you know, and it's like you got to roll with the punches. And if you believe that the person you're with brings a lot more positives to the table, then you know take those little negatives and work around them. I mean, no one's going to be 100% positive. Um,
Absolutely.
and like I said, it goes for all relationships, friendships, marriage, boyfriends, girlfriends, bosses,
Hmm.
whatever. Communication, trust, and then, you know, love, right? Not love like, oh, I'm going to fuck my boss, but like, I love you as a person. That counts.
Whoops.
What?
Love, I'm gonna fuck my. What'd you say? Love, like I'm gonna fuck my
No, I
boss?
said not love. Like you love your boss. Not like I'm gonna fuck my boss,
Oh, okay.
but it's like, you love the guy or you love the chick. We respect each other.
Yeah.
You know,
And I do want to mention something that we have here on our list, right? About like dating shows and stuff like that, that made me think of this. I've seen as of recent, like on social media and amongst friends and stuff, that people are discouraged to date because they don't think they're gonna find love.
well,
And I've definitely,
if you don't try, you definitely ain't gonna find it.
well, yeah, but I've definitely felt that way too before. And I'm like, man, like I've dated many different girls. I've been in 3 relationships. Um, and you're always thinking to yourself, like, man, when is the one gonna come? It'll happen as long as you take care of yourself, be someone of yourself. Like, go find that person that you are. Make sure you love yourself too. I know that's hard for a lot of people 'cause it
100%.
sounds like, oh, I'm cocky if I love myself, or no, not in that way, but make sure you love yourself. Like, take care of yourself, take care of your mental, make sure you're exercising, go do things that you like to do, even if it's alone. That's something that I've been working on since my last relationship. I'm like, I don't know how to be by myself. I need to learn how to fucking do shit by myself. So
Yeah.
I've been doing stuff by myself. I've
I
been
mean,
going to the gym by myself. The movies. I went to Universal Studios by myself recently, and that was awesome. Um, but where I was coming to on my point, like there's a show on Netflix, and Eric, you can touch on this too because I think you've seen it, but I haven't watched it. Love on the Spectrum, right?
I
So
love that
like
show.
it's amazing. It's amazing to watch because they have a disability, but they're still able to love. They're
So,
not no any different. But yeah,
with
go ahead, touch on that.
Love on the Spectrum, I'll be straight up right now. I did not want to watch it. My girlfriend wanted to watch it. And I was against it at first because I didn't want to look like an asshole cracking up watching this. I'll be straight up.
Why would you feel that way? No, I'm just kidding.
It's I can't help but chuckle. But I said, fuck it, I'll watch it. And dude, I cried at one point because it was like so touching to see these people with these disabilities to find love, and it just hit because like you said, I think everyone deserves to find the one, no matter what gender you are, whatever sexual preference you are. Everyone deserves to find a partner to live life with. That makes life way more meaningful, and it gives you a chance to maybe redeem your demons from the past. So,
It's true.
but with love on the spectrum, there's one thing I don't like about it, and it is I feel like they're making it look as if you have autism, your only shot at love is with another autistic person. Love sees no boundaries. If someone really loves you, whether they're autistic or not, it doesn't matter. And I think with the show, it just shows them pairing up with other people with autism, and they find love, and that's awesome. But where's the normal
Yeah.
person? Where's the normal girl or guy giving an autistic person a chance?
Well, let me ask you this. In your perspective, I see what you're saying, but do you think there are people out there that don't have a disability that want to date someone with a disability like that? Because
Wait, what?
that's
That you lost me. What do you mean?
so someone with a disability, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like love on the spectrum, right? Are you think there are people out there that don't have that disability
Hmm.
that want to date someone who has a disability?
See, I don't think it comes down to the point of if you want to or not. You don't want to
Hmm.
date them for the disability. You want to date them for the person they are.
Right.
Okay. Um, my current girlfriend. I'm not gonna get into too much details, but she's not perfect. I'm not perfect, but we're perfect for each other, and
Right.
that's the key. You know, and it doesn't have to be autism. It could be, your significant other could be dealing with mental illness. Bipolar disorder. Um, uh,
Anxiety,
anxiety,
depression.
depression, OCD. They can get in these little moments where there's gonna. I mean, I don't think OCD is only about cleaning, but I'm gonna use cleaning because that's a stereotype for it. You could be just chilling, and next thing you know, your partner is cleaning a whole house and won't stop. You know, so you have to be able to look past whatever that mental illness or you know disorder may be, because that's not what you're doing. It's not a charity case. You're dating that person because you love them wholeheartedly and you want what's best for them. That's the point. And I think with Love on the Spectrum, they don't really show normal people on there. It's mostly autistic, 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 autistic. I would have loved it way more if throw a couple, normal. I don't say normal. I'm not trying to just like offend anyone. Like autistic people aren't normal, but
I
like
know it's tough.
it's hard to word all this without. I'm not trying to be like I said offensive, but quote unquote normal people. Throw more of them on there and show that love has no boundaries. I think because they only show, like I said, an autistic person, it kind of puts them in a box that like they can only date each other, and that's not. I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I agree. It's tough, but it's beautiful at the same time because it's like two people with autism can find love when normally, it's hard for people with autism to date.
Mm-hmm.
But um, well, with that, let's see. What do we have next on our list here?
Not one soulmate, but multiple. I think I knew what you meant when you talked about this. I'm gonna hear you out first. I think we're on
Hmm.
the same page.
Yeah, so growing up my entire life watching and listening to stories and movies and TV shows and this and that, there's a story painted that you have one person for you. And I truly believed this for a while. And I come to realize that that's not true. There are multiple people out there. And this is my opinion, but I truly believe that there are multiple people out there that are perfect for you. Now, perfect is not the word to use, but perfect for yourself, like how you mentioned, we're not perfect, but we're perfect for each other, type of thing. I think there is multiple people out there that are perfect for you. And your choices will lead you to them. And if you keep an open mind and an open heart, you might find someone that is perfect for you a little bit sooner. There's a lot of people with a lot of different characteristics, but then there's a lot of people that you meet that you will connect with because you like the same things and you bring out the best out of each other. There's a lot of people like that. You have, like, for example, Eric brings out the best in me in certain things. My other friend Will brings out the best in me. My mom brings out the best in me. Like, there's different people that do that for you and bring out joy and bring you happiness. But as for a soulmate, I believe there's a bunch of people out there. So if you're fixated on somebody or if you're thinking like, oh, this person doesn't love me, there's somebody else out there that will love you. Your soulmate's out there, and it's not just one person. That's my take on that. What do you think?
Wow. Okay, I was thinking something completely different.
Well, tell me.
I feel like soulmates. Yes, there is the one that's gonna be your wife or husband, and you start a family and you do all that with
Th-
for sure.
Right.
But I feel like soulmate doesn't necessarily have to be just be that. Just wow, I'm having a stroke. Soulmate doesn't have to be just the intimate relationship, right? I
Ah,
consider
I see.
so. I think
Are you my soulmate?
um, yes. So like your best friends that you've gone through life with, whether you're right next to each other or across the country,
Hmm.
those lifelong friendships that you have, in a way, are
Hmm.
also soulmates. You hear people say, "Oh, Me and my wife, we've been married 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, etc., whatever, whatever. What about your best friend I've known since fourth grade? My best friend I've known since freshman year. My best friend I've known since 20. Now I'm 55, 60, 70 years old. That's a 40-year friendship. That's not soulmate qualified. I don't know what the right word is, but
Yeah,
you know,
does it not qualify as a soulmate? I get what
so
you mean.
that's where I was coming at. It's
Gotcha.
like you have
Yeah,
that
when I was go ahead, go ahead.
one soulmate that yeah you love, you marry, have kids with, but then your best friends, man, like your brothers, the ones that will go to war with you if you really needed it, um, the one that will give his last dime to you if he knew that you needed it, things like that. Like that's
I got money.
real. That's I got money. Um, COVID, whatever. So, but yeah, I think those also count as soulmates.
Yeah. Well, what I was trying to take it from this, I was trying to take it from a dating perspective, like your soulmate that you're gonna end up with, that you love for the rest of your life, that you're gonna start a family with, if you know that's what you want to do. But someone that you want to call your wife or your husband one day.
Oh,
That's the type of soulmate that I'm talking about. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, look, shit happens, right? Relationships are not supposed to last, and I believe that. Think about all the people that you've met in your life. How many of them do you still talk to from high school, from work, from college, whatever? I only have, luckily, 7 friends that I still talk to that I consider family. And then I got, my girlfriend and stuff like that. I'm talking about relationships, not like as a whole, not just dating. My family and
Yeah.
things like that. Um, but in the grand scheme of things, of all the thousands and thousands of people I've met in my life, only, let's say, Baker's dozen, 13 people I keep in touch with on a regular basis.
Yeah.
That's not a good ratio at all. And that's why it's so important to cherish those friendships that you have, that you care so deeply about, that you see the value in them, they see the value in you. Those type of friendships, those lifelong soulmate buddies or gals, um, cherish that shit. Make it work, make it last, and do what you can, because you never know when you're not going to see them again. Maybe you guys have a falling out. God fucking forbid someone dies, right? Um, so in a way, I believe relationships, like I said, are not supposed to last. But for the ones that are very meaningful, those ones you got to fight for even harder to make it last.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I don't know, man. Dating is hard in general.
Especially for
And
Asians.
then and then trying to find your soulmate on top of that while dating is like, fuck.
Well, I mean,
But
like,
wait, what do you mean by that? What do you mean, especially for Asians?
I'll get, let me sidetrack real quick.
Okay.
Think about what you said. I believe there are multiple dating soulmates because, your first girlfriend probably wasn't the one that you thought you were going to marry. It was probably just, oh, I got a girlfriend, yay. Second, maybe third, you maybe saw a future with, doesn't work out. Third, fourth, etc. Right? My current
Hmm.
girlfriend is my fourth, like legitimate girlfriend. So
Right.
the first, not one, but two and three, sure, maybe I saw them as a wife, mother of my kids one day. But whatever happened, like I said, relationships don't last and fell apart, and then someone else came along. You hear that saying, "There's many fish in the sea," right? So, but
I mean, there are.
to answer your question though, with the why I think as an Asian it's very difficult to date is because of my theory, which I don't want to say confirmed, but I read an article that kind of backs what I was thinking. And I think I told this
Hmm.
to you before, but now it's on the podcast. So, as an Asian, I found it for myself very difficult to date online. In person, probably the same 50-50. In my mind, the pinnacle of attraction as far as ethnicities go, white girl guy is on top. Then it's either Hispanic, black, Hispanic. They kind of go two or three, pretty close. And then way on the bottom. Asians, men especially. And this is because if you look at action movies, who's the hero? A white guy, Hispanic guy, a black guy. If it's a martial art movie, it's the Asian guy. But in the generic Hollywood action stars, who's the Asian guy? The guy, the IT guy, the nerd, the guy who needs help all the time, the skinny, glasses wearing, unmasculine individual. And that's just stereotyping, right? But the stereotypes play a role in attraction because I feel like stereotypically women don't think that Asian men are as attractive as a um, what's it called, as a compared
As
to,
a like as a race.
yeah, as a race. Like, the stereotypes. I'm just gonna say, tiny PP. You know, and then it's the you might not be as masculine because in all the movies you are always a person who needs help. So I feel like as an Asian guy online, when we talked about this earlier, was solely based on look. Now, in person, they might be nice to you. They might be, you go up to a girl at a club or bar. They might be nice, but then they'll give you a fake number, or they'll give you your Instagram. You give them their number, they never hit you up. Whatever. Had that a million times. I'm sure many other ethnicities have been through that too. Um, but now to the article that I found a while back. This person from, I think, MIT, don't quote me on that, but I think MIT did a social experiment where they made a dating online profile of a gender neutral name like Blake for an Asian male and an Asian female. In about 2 to 3 months, swiping various people at the school would swipe. It's a social experiment. The Asian male had a tiny fraction of what the Asian female had. Asian females are seen as like exotic, sexy, things like that. Asian male had nothing, really. And then the same professor decided to interview, I think, 100 different Asian men, straight, gay, bi, trans, whatever. And they all said the same thing. As an Asian man, we feel like we're in the game, but not playing. And when I read all that, I was like, holy fuck. Like, it's not just me. And an old buddy of mine, um, he he was also Asian, but he was also Spanish, and he would get chicks all the time. I think you know who I'm referring to, but I don't want to put names out there.
Okay,
But
I don't.
we play
But
baseball. We play baseball together.
oh, starts with an N.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, he would always get chicks and everything, and I taught him about this, and he's like, "Well, I'm Asian too." I'm like, "Yeah, but you don't look like me. You can pass for
Yeah.
Hispanic. You can pass for whatever."
Yeah, he when he told me where he was from, I would have never guessed because he doesn't look. He like you said, he looks Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican, yeah. So,
Yeah,
but he doesn't look Asian. And
right.
and don't get me wrong, like I had my fun. I've been around and college and trips and vacation and things like that. And that's fine. But I think it came down to the point. At one point, I was very discouraged because I kept getting no's, 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 and I was like, "What the fuck's wrong with me?" And there's nothing.
Yeah,
There's absolutely nothing wrong. Um,
nothing wrong.
but the thing is,
And
it's
I do
like,
want to touch on something when you're done
no, for sure.
that I just thought about.
And then it's almost like they're not even giving me a chance to get to know me as a person, you know. And get to know me, you'll know very quickly that I am not the
Hmm.
you know straight edge Asian person. I am most whitewashed Asian you'll ever meet. And John here actually told me one time that, oh, you're like a banana. You're yellow on the outside and white on the inside. We were drinking at the time, but the point is, it's like, damn, like at least get to know me first before just throwing me to the wolves. Like, nah, I'm good. I don't want that. Nah, I'm good. I'm not into that. You know. But at the same time, I'd rather you just be real too. Like all the games Like, yeah, I'll call you. Nothing. Like, just be straight up. No, I'm not into you. All right, cool. I respect
Yeah.
the honesty to not waste my time. But anyway, that's
Hmm.
my theory. I could be wrong. That's just how I experienced dating. And then reading that article, I was like, damn, like there's some truth to this probably. But
Yeah. And you're not alone on that, obviously, especially what you talked about on that study that was made. But there's this show, this is reality show. It's called Bling Empire. It's like Crazy Rich Asians, but it's like a show. It's like a version.
mm-hmm.
That's how they described it. And there's this one guy on the show, Asian, of course. I think he's Korean. And he did what is called the Western eye surgery. So,
You became a round eye.
for, if that's how you want to say it, yeah. But
You
yeah,
don't
so
look like this.
I guess he was I guess he was self-conscious, right? I guess he was self-conscious about being and looking Korean or Asian, right? With, slightly smaller, squintier eyes, right? I don't know how you want to describe the correct way to describe it. And
Slits.
he ended up he ended up performing surgery to actually open his eyes more and to make it more a Western look. So USA is west of Asia. I mean, depending on how you're looking at the map. So I see the struggles that people go through, the Asian community goes through for that reason. You want to be loved and accepted and feel attractive. And I mean, there's of course predominantly more the female Asians are looked at as like, whoa, she's a baddie. But there's some good looking Asian men out there, 100%.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
Um,
it.
First and foremost, my best friend Eric. And what's that guy's name from? He plays Emperor Zoo from Avatar. Who's the Fire Lord? The Fire Lord. In the new live action Avatar, he
I
plays
don't
the
know.
Fire Lord.
I mean, that
That's a
one
good
guy,
looking Asian guy.
the one dude from Crazy Rich Asians,
There's another, he's a
right?
good looking guy too. And then
There's
what's
Asian Ken from Shang-Chi, that guy,
Shang, yeah,
the
that one.
Shang-Chi
That's
guy.
who I was gonna say. The Shang-Chi
But
guy. Yeah,
yes, but
yeah.
here's the
He's
thing,
he's a good
it's
looking guy. But I get it because
yeah, but they're like
I have a lot of female friends that they don't go for Asian guys.
they
They go
won't,
for white guys.
they
Yeah.
won't.
I mean, I have one friend who's like she's Hispanic and her thing is white guys right now. But she likes Hispanic guys and she'll say like, "Oh, if I find you cute, you're cute." So it don't matter.
In the end of the
But
day, though, like I think the Western
but
eye surgery
I
is a little
I see what
extreme.
you mean.
Because the end of the day, like at the end of the day, I think you should always be who you are,
Yourself.
and that's the
Yeah.
key. If you like John said earlier, if you love yourself to the point where you're content and proud of who you are,
Mm,
attract that attracts attraction. You know,
yeah,
girls
I agree.
girls I noticed like the confidence, like the don't be an asshole. But like sometimes you have to spit game. You gotta sound like a little bit of a dickhead, a little fuckboy once in a while. But like
I mean, it works on some women, some women it doesn't, you
But
know?
me, I've done that, but like, I've always had. This has been how I am from a very long time. John will vouch. Is if I had to choose between hookups and fun, I'd take a relationship any day of the week.
Absolutely.
Um,
Being in a relationship is so much fun because it reminds you of like home,
yeah,
right? Maybe not your personal home because like people go through shit, right? Different shit. Like maybe they have a bad home environment, but when you're in a relationship, like somebody that cares and loves for you, it feels like you're home. You're warm, you're safe, right?
yeah.
That's why I like being in a relationship rather than just being single and hoeing around. But to talk on the law of attraction, and that's what, like loving yourself and being positive. Here's a little blurb that I found on Google AI. The law of attraction is a philosophy suggesting that positive thoughts bring positive results, while negative thoughts bring negative outcomes. So you're positive with yourself, positive about loving yourself. You're gonna attract that, especially with love. You're out, you love yourself, and in a respectful way, and like you're out having fun and doing your own thing. People are gonna notice that. They're gonna be like, that guy's smiling. He looks cute. He looks fun. I want to talk to him.
Yeah.
He or she may come up to you.
But
So,
again, I mean, look, there are plenty of white chicks who are into Asians, black chicks into Asians, whatever. It's not. I'm generalizing this, and I can't emphasize enough generalizing it. I know there's
well, because you've
exceptions.
experienced it.
Yeah. So like, at the end of the day, like, also think about this too. Like, how many Asian men do you see always? Oh, of course, Asian wife, Asian girlfriend, because I can't pull anyone
Uh,
else. I've noticed a lot of Asian men usually just go with an Asian girl. Asian girls, who are they with? White dudes, black dudes, Hispanic dudes, Asian dudes, whatever.
mhm.
So, but when you finally get the hook in, it sounds so fucked up, like fishing. But once you meet someone, is there like a sweet spot in texting? Is it too much? Is it too little? And
Well,
it's
so you're saying are you saying like when you first land the initial attraction,
yeah,
like if somebody's interested,
you get their
you get their
Instagram, you
digits,
get their number, or whatever, and you start texting. And I used to have this issue as I would text a lot, and that's just my personality. Like, once I meet someone new, I want to get to know them fast. Like,
right?
um, but that can come off as creepy, desperate, things like that. I had to learn that the hard way. But I don't know. What did you think?
I think there's a level of respect when it comes to texting, right? Because you don't want to bother somebody
Yeah,
24/7, right?
right.
Like they're probably thinking like, oh, what is this person like? Do they not have a job? Are they not like, what are they?
Yeah, right. You can text me
Why are
all
they
day. Don't you have a job?
why are they what are they obsessed about? So yeah, maybe, but also like dating is unfortunately, and it doesn't have to be in a negative way, but dating unfortunately is a game, right? You gotta make sure, and I always say be honest and true with the other person that you're talking to. But it's a game. Like you want to make sure you're saying the right things so you don't lose them, but you're also trying to be honest at the same time. So it is a game. You're trying to figure the person out, right? That's the part of the game, right? It's like Clue, right? Like who is this person? What are they doing? What are they about? Do they like me for me? Do they like me for my money? Do they like me for whatever else? Or do they like the genuine me? It's a game,
See,
unfortunately.
the way I see it, and I've heard this a million times, and sometimes I use this tactic. Sometimes I don't now. I've been in a happy relationship for two years and 7 months, but um,
That boy got it down.
it's
And how
the
many days?
I have no idea.
Yeah, fuck. Don't tell him.
Um, it's the text enough to meet in person and get to know them in person.
Yeah.
They liked you enough to give you their number, make that date. Don't wait, right? I think getting to know people in person is way better than this all day. All day, every day, being in person, get out there, go do something fun. Um, but they say you start meeting someone and month and a half, 2 months, 3 months down the line, whatever. What are your red flags?
Ooh. Red flags are, well, since we're on also talking about texting and stuff, it's like red flags are, I would say, if they're like, hey, I haven't heard from you all day, that's like neediness, right?
Like, were you supposed to hear from
Um,
me earlier? I didn't know you were my boss.
a red flag, like, let's say if we are dating, maybe going through their personal stuff, like their phone, that's a red flag for sure.
No trust.
A red flag also is like not treating service workers with respect. So, like for example, the waiter, even if the waiter is doing a shitty job, maybe not being disrespectful, but just doing a shitty job, and let's say the girl that I'm dating goes off, that's a red flag. Can't do that. Um, someone that someone that doesn't have a good relationship with their family. I know I can't help that. I know that's kind of crazy to say, but like if somebody like let's say the girl that I'm talking to likes to curse out her parents, I'm not I'm not about that at all. 'Cause like how do I know you're not gonna do that to me? I don't want to be cursed out.
Yeah.
So there's that. What about you? Any red flags?
Um, it's a hard question because there's things that my current girlfriend does that definitely hit that little nerve in me that like, damn, like this is.
I feel like that's every relationship
But at the
though.
same time, I love her so much that I can look past it. So is it really a red flag if I'm willing to look past it? So,
No.
um, but yeah, some red flags are like, I like communication. If there's poor communication, it's tough for me. I like having guy time. I like, don't get me wrong, I love spending time with my girlfriend, but sometimes, she's great for this. If I want to go play around at golf with the boys, she'll be like, okay. Like, at first, she's kind of not about it. Then again, it is also my fault because I kind of last second, like, oh, by the way, tomorrow I'm going golfing with the guys, like, no heads up at all, and that's on
You
me.
know what's another red?
But she lets me go. She understands, like, I need guy time, and she respects that. So,
I thought of another red flag. Keeping tabs on you. So it's like, for example, let's say I liked a picture of a girl, right? On Instagram or whatever. But what she
why do you
doesn't
like
know,
that bitch?
why'd you like that photo of her? I was like, well,
She's been my
she's
friend since
that's
eighth grade. Like, we've known each other
or
forever.
that's
Like,
or that's my fucking cousin.
yeah,
You know, like oh, like things like that. Like
yeah,
I think those are just insecurities that some people
yeah.
can't like
I mean,
help themselves.
you know who I'm about to talk to you about is my
Oh,
ex, the one I can't be named. Um,
Voldemort.
yeah, sure. She, one time me, you, and Marcos went to go play baseball practice. She
Yeah.
wanted to come. Remember that?
Okay.
And we played and practiced and hit and pitched and field or whatever. And I think it was like 2.5, 3 hours later we finished. And I go back to the car. She's like, "Why'd you bring me here? I didn't want to like. I was so bored." I'm like, "You wanted to come because you didn't think we were actually doing what I told you we were doing. You thought we were gonna meet up with some chicks."
Yeah.
And I was like, "So." And I told her straight up, I was like, "So." I told them, "Let's make practice extra long because fuck it." And then she waited in
Wow.
that goddamn car for 3 hours almost because I was like, "All right, you don't believe me? Then I'm gonna play baseball for 3 hours and you can sit there."
Toxic. I'm glad you
And
were out of that now.
And oh my god, dude! Remember she made that fake account to spy on me, you, and Marcos.
Yeah, and she thought she was slick because
Yeah,
we were all in the same room and we're like, hello.
bro, it went off. We're like, he's like, yeah, I got that too. I'm like, interesting. It's just stupid. I don't want to get into it. It's the past. It doesn't matter.
It's the past.
But yeah, those are red flags. Like, the trust. Like, if I didn't give you a reason to not trust me, fucking trust me. Like, you
Yeah.
know, that's just how it is.
Oh, another red flag. Someone who doesn't take accountability. Brother, let me tell you something. In one of my past relationships, we all do stupid shit. We're not perfect. One partner and the other partner, one partner isn't perfect, and the other isn't. You know what I mean? There's both partners have what's it called? Faults. And in this specific one that this relationship that I was specifically in, there were things that I would do that it would annoy her. It's nothing bad or toxic that I did. It's just like, oh, why'd you say it like this? Or why'd you do that? Or blah, blah, blah. And I would say, I'm sorry. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I made you feel that way. I would always try to make sure I learn how she likes to be talked to or how she likes to be loved. So those were my faults, whatever. She felt some type of way, I would apologize.
Mm.
But whenever she did something and I voiced my opinion, she would have something back to say, some rebuttal. I would never, at least just be like, you know what?
My bad
In
this
her
time.
brain, yeah, even if she doesn't think she's right, or even though she doesn't think she's wrong, she could just be like, you know what? I'm sorry I made you feel that way. I'm sorry, John. Never, ever, ever fucking happened. And I think that's a red flag. Like, take accountability, even if it's just to make the situation just go away,
Chill for a little bit.
which is what I did most of the time.
Now,
Um,
red
yeah.
flags, is that the same or different than deal breakers?
Different.
How so? Because enough red flags
Uh,
becomes a deal breaker, no?
yeah, that's true. A deal breaker. So the difference between, I think, a red flag and a deal breaker is a red flag is something that you see in a person that
If
um
communicated, you can get by.
yes. They're just faults that
Yeah,
people have,
yeah.
right? Changeable, right? You can adapt. Deal breakers are like if, for example, I think I give you this example. I'm a big fitness guy, right? I don't want to date someone who's not into fitness,
Fat bitch.
right? Oh my God. I don't want to I don't want to date someone who's not into fitness because I want us to be a fit couple. I want us to be a fit family. When we get married and have kids, I it's important to me, right?
Yeah. Compatibility.
That's a deal breaker. Now, I like baseball. If my girl doesn't like baseball, that's not a deal breaker. I don't care that much that she doesn't like baseball. That means that I have my own thing, and she probably has her own thing.
Yeah.
That's not a deal breaker.
I mean,
But
now you
like
say
her,
fitness. Like, does
her,
she have to
so
be
like,
like? Does she have to be like a
so
huge gym rat?
no, as long as she has a regimen, right? Like, oh, I like to go to the gym. I'm not a gym rat, but at least I exercise at least 3 times a week, right? Type of deal, just to stay fit and
Stay
stay,
active.
but stay active.
Gotcha.
So the difference between that being a deal breaker versus being a red flag, her not liking the gym or not wanting to go is not a red flag. People like to do their own things. But I wouldn't date you because that's what I want in a partner. I want somebody who has ambition to go to the gym and has a regimen. Um, that would be a deal breaker to me because that's what I like to do.
Hmm.
What about you? What do you have any deal? I think that's my deal breaker. Like a girl that doesn't like to go to the gym. That's like, all right, well, maybe like I can like you, but I don't think we can date. I don't think this will work out long term.
For me, a very simple deal breaker would be if you make it known that there's no way you want kids. Like,
Oh yeah, that's a deal
like,
breaker for me too.
I
That's a
want a
deal breaker for
family
me too.
so bad. Not right now, but in time. And my current
Right.
girlfriend, she has her moments where she's in and out of it if she wants them or not, and that's fine. She's younger than me. She's not ready for it, and that's perfectly normal. But
That's fine.
we talk about it, so just the fact that me and her talk about it means that she's not against the idea. She's not really fully ready yet.
Well, that's not true. You told me that she was excited about having kids with you, and you guys were talking about baby names. So,
Yeah,
but like you said, I mean, people have their moments,
right.
whatever. But
But if you were like 100% no, no shot, not talking about it, there's no way you're never gonna change my mind. I'm like, okay, cool, peace.
yeah, like to me, that's not a red flag because that's like if a girl says, "No, I don't want kids. That's just not me." Whatever. No, not a red flag, but it's a deal breaker. Like I want
Yeah,
kids too. You
yeah.
you and I are the same. We think the same in that respect. Um, for example, like one of my friends, his ex-girlfriend told him, like, yeah, I don't want kids. I just want to be married and do whatever I want to do with my husband and just have fun. And
So what's the point of
my
getting
poor
married?
friend, well, people get married and don't have kids, but
Yeah, that's fair.
my poor friend, he was like, he was in love with this girl. And to hear that afterwards, it's like, damn, like, I kind of want to be a father. Obviously, not right now, but like eventually. And then he started thinking, like, well, maybe I could live my life without kids. And I talked to his ass. I'm like, brother, you shut the fuck up. I need you to think about this long and hard because kids are a bundle of joy. They're a miracle and they're a pleasure to have. And you've talked about having kids before, and
Yeah.
I'm not about to let someone that you just met recently, this was like 6 months into the relationship, try to convince you that not having kids is a good idea.
That
If
resentment
you
that
want
he
them.
would have toward her if they stayed together, right? And they went through it and got married and did exactly what she wanted, right? I don't know them. I'm sure she's a great chick. I don't know. But in the back of his mind, see, being a father, and that's something I think is instilled at a young, maybe subconsciously, but like, you know if you want to be a father one day or not. I knew that from high school. Like, I want to be a dad one day. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, same.
So for that to be ripped out and say, you know, I can live without it, I couldn't. I couldn't. I don't
Yeah, it
care if
broke my heart when I heard that.
like if I have to wait till I'm 30, 35, 40, so be it. It's fine. But like, yeah, to that resentment he would probably have for her, like, I'm with you and I can't have kids, and it's because of you.
Yeah.
You know.
Anybody that knows me knows, and I know we're kind of going a little off topic, but anybody that knows me knows that I want to be a father. Anytime that this topic comes up, it's like, oh, how many kids you want? Bro, give me fucking five. Give me a whole basketball team.
Jesus Christ.
And everybody looks at me with fucking 10,000 eyes. You're like, bro, you're first of all, your poor wife. And second of all, your poor wallet. I was like, yeah, but one, I grew up with like a lot of family members, even if they weren't my brother or sister. I have one brother and a stepsister, but I grew up with family, cousins. I have a ton of cousins. I have eight aunts and uncles. So, and each aunt and uncle had at least three kids. So, you want to do the math there, great. But I have a lot of cousins, and that's just on my dad's side. And then my mom's side, I have an aunt and uncle, and they had kids as well. So it's like I have a lot of family members, and that feels like home to me. That feels comforting, and that's why I really want to be a dad because it just feels like home. Like having a
Yeah.
wife that loves you feels like home, and having kids, I feel like will feel like home. And I know, and I've been told. I'm tooting my own horn here. Fuck it. But I've been told that I'll be a great fucking father and a great fucking husband. And I can't wait until that happens. I really can't wait. I mean, I could wait on the kids part a little bit, but I can't wait. I know that's gonna be one of the best times of my life. Right now I'm in one of the best times of my life. I'm single, I'm almost 30, I have a really good paying job, I'm traveling, I'm seeing all my friends. It's amazing right now. I don't want it to stop. Thank you, Lord. But when I transition to the next part of my life, which is fatherhood, that's gonna be amazing, man. Like my cousin, he was just over for 4th of July, and I tell him, dude, I grew up with you as a fucking kid. We were 4 or 5 years old, running around in the Dominican Republic playing stickball, and now we're both almost 30 years old. And dude, you have a son. I always forget you have a son. He had a son. Well, he didn't plan for it. Fine, whatever. And he's fine with it too. He's like, yeah, I didn't plan for it, but you know what? It's the best miracle that I've ever had. And he's like, bro, he's like, and we had a heart to heart. We were drinking. We went out. We had a heart to heart. I was like, bro, I love that you're a dad, bro. Like, I can't believe you. Like, I have a nephew. Even though he's my cousin, technically not my nephew, but he's my nephew. And he's like, bro, it changed my life, and I do everything for him. And I'm like, damn, I cannot wait to say the same thing. I want to do everything for my kids. So if you're out there, any women, my soulmate, if you're listening to this,
Must be into
I'm ready
fitness.
for
Don't be
you.
fat.
Oh my God. But yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to endure that for sure. I think my last relationship, I was thinking long term already with my last girlfriend, marriage and kids and whatnot. But it didn't end up working out. It was a hard pill to swallow, but you know what? I believe in God and I feel like God is gonna put me in the right direction. And I think he closed that door to teach me a lesson about something. So
It's
it is
fun.
what it
It's
is.
funny you said lessons. You know, every relationship that failed in the past brings you one step closer to the one that you're supposed to be with. I believe that.
Huh. Amen, brother.
So,
A freaking man.
but yeah, man. Like I want one or two kids, and I'll be happy. Um, just to, just
Dude, I can't wait for us to have kids and
yeah,
our kids just to fucking be like,
they're best
yo,
friends.
can we go to Uncle Eric's house? Yo, can we go to Uncle John's house?
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be so fire. I
if
can't wait for that to
if the
happen, bro.
stars align, we'll be neighbors. So it won't be that hard. Um,
Yeah.
but it's just I'm not a dad yet, but I know for a fact like I would go through a fucking brick wall, a mountain, and heaven and hell to help our kid. It's like because at
I'll
that
do the
point,
same for your kid, brother.
because at that point, everything changes. It's not about you anymore. It's about that child,
Nope.
and
Yep.
I can't wait to take that responsibility and do the best I can. And nothing can prepare you for it. Like you say, okay, I have an idea what it, how to be a dad, blah, blah, blah. But from everyone that is a father that I know, and they're like, dude, nothing in this world prepares you for it because it's just gonna happen, and it does, and you're just like, fuck, all right, here we go, you know.
Hmm.
But
That's true.
before you even talk
But
about having kids and a wife and family, you gotta go on a first date with someone, right?
that's true.
Um, what's some good first date ideas? In case someone's
Picnic.
listening and they're like,
Picnic.
picnic?
Bro, because it's so thought out, bro. Like it doesn't have to be your cookie cutter movie-esque picnic, right? Um, it could be get a lunchbox, get a like one of those reusable bags, get a blanket, and just go anywhere. You can go to the park, you can go to the beach, you can sit um like you can go like park up, not park, but like post up maybe near a bridge that is over some water and just have a little chill
For
date
me,
there. I feel like a picnic is always a cute idea. Um, I oppose movies as first date, and I'll tell you why. But go ahead, Eric.
see, for me, the picnic thing or overlooking water and stuff, that's more like date two, date three. I guess, I
Think so?
think for me, it's very basic by the book. I don't know if it's been by the book, but like a simple mini golf is a good first date. I like that. Just dinner. Let's go grab a bite.
Oh, dinner, yeah,
Something
dinner
simple.
too. Dinner's casual. Um, well, the only reason I say maybe dinner, not maybe as a second date, because it's like you have the option of getting up and leaving if it's not dinner, right? Like you can just leave a mini golf date. You can just deuce, right? Maybe I don't know, because we're older now, right? We're 30. We're almost 30. I feel like a coffee date would
I
be
was
a,
just about to say coffee, maybe some
a coffee.
lunch. You know,
Yeah, like a midday
yeah.
afternoon on a Saturday, because I know
Let's
people are
go.
working, or
Yeah,
happy hour. Happy hour right after work, you get deals on drinks and food, and it's quick.
yeah,
And it's not like a sit down dinner where you have to wait for an
yeah,
entire
yeah,
meal. But but yeah, happy hour is a good idea for a date. A coffee date, a smoothie date, like, oh, I'm going to the smoothie shop. You want to meet me there? We can walk around town. Um, site like that, like something that where you can walk and talk kind of thing, or have a seat at a bar. Like you can, I think even a bar, like having drinks at a bar is even fine. because it gives you that ability to deuce out if you're not feeling it.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So, I actually recently, about 2 months ago, I think it was 2 months ago, went on it was a date, I guess. This girl that I actually, she went to high school in my old town before I moved to Fairfield and went to high school with you. But all my old town friends knew her because of the high school. And um I'm like, I find her attractive, yeah, of course. Um I'll once in a while swipe up on like her stories and like hit her up through there and just say what's up. But nothing like creepy or anything, nothing, just casual. And I was like, you know what? Yo, she's cute as hell. I'm gonna be in town in New Jersey. I'm gonna hit her up and see if she wants to go on a coffee date. And she was like, yeah, I'm down. So it was cool. It ended up being more of a friendly thing than anything else, not like pursuing her as like a for a relationship because she lives in New Jersey and I live in
Yeah.
Florida. But it was cool to finally like get to know her because I've been friends with her on Instagram because I never met her in person until that day. Yeah, I was friends with her on Instagram for like 3 years before I got to meet her in person. And she wasn't a catfish. She looked exactly what she looked like and very attractive girl. And yeah, I mean, she's cool people. Now we text more often because we've met face to face. And we send each other memes or whatever. But it's like a nice platonic friendship. But yeah, that's always like a cool casual. It was a nice coffee date at a little French bakery in Hoboken, New Jersey, and then we went out after that and got some drinks afterwards, and it was cool. And we spent literally the entire day. It was like from 4 o'clock until like 10 at night. So it was like almost 6 hours. Yeah, it was cool. But if it didn't work out, she could have just been like, "Hey, like I really have to go," and she could have just dipped. Or if I didn't like it, I could have been like, "Hey, it was nice having this coffee with you. I have to go." Easy exit as a first date. I think anything that gives you an easy exit is at a first date is a good date.
Yeah, for either of you to bounce, not just.
Yeah, for either, not
Yeah.
just the girl.
I mean, yeah, I always believe that in person is always the best way to get to know people and you know get a vibe for who they are. But once you find a special someone, I had this thought. I know I'm backtracking a little bit, but before you're like, "Oh, my girl doesn't like baseball," it's not a deal breaker at all, and it just immediately made me think of my current girlfriend. Like, I love playing golf, and now she's into it, and it just really warms my heart because we're able to both enjoy an activity together. You know,
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, I believe in person's always best. Keep it simple. Don't try to overdo it. Um, and just honestly, just be yourself. Be yourself. Be proud of who you are, and things will work out.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Um, I think I covered all my thoughts.
I think so too. There's some other stuff. Who pays for the first date? Just to touch on that last,
Whoever
our
whoever
final thought.
initiated the date pays.
I'm old school. As a guy, I like to pay for the first
Usually,
date, even if the other person
I
initiated.
usually initiate, so I'll pay.
Yeah. But
Is, is it okay to
we're in a more
is it
progressive.
okay to split it?
Um, yes, but that's if you're both on the same page, I think. But I think um I think we're in a more progressive era where whose ever idea it was, yes. Like, yeah, I'll pay. Like, for example, like the date I just talked about, I initiated a coffee date, so I paid for the coffee. And then she's like, "Hey, let's go get drinks." She was the one who said, "Hey, let's go get drinks after this. I want an espresso martini." And then she's like, "Hey, it's on me. I'm gonna pay for this." I was like, "Oh." okay. Because I initially was gonna go pay for it. She's like, no, don't pay for it, or else we'll never be friends again. I was like, okay. So she paid for it. So I was like, all right, cool.
I
That's
think
awesome.
I agree. It's whoever initiates it. Because if she didn't want to get drinks with you, she wouldn't even say it. That wouldn't be a
That's
fucking
true.
thought. So I mean,
Yeah.
in the end of the day, who pays, who splits, really doesn't matter. It's about spending that time with someone that you
Quality
just
time.
time, enjoying quality time with someone.
That's right. That's right. Well, guys, this was a long, I think this is our longest episode so
No,
far. Thanks for whoever shows up to watch our
our
podcast.
our
Either
second episode was an hour and 47 minutes.
oh, so it's not our longest episode.
Actually,
Cool, cool,
bro,
cool. Sorry, bro. Anyways, thank you for coming to episode numero cuatro. Um, we appreciate anybody who listens and who watches our video either on YouTube or on Spotify. Um, Make sure you give us a thumbs up, like us, subscribe on our YouTube, leave a comment. If you hate us, let us know. If you love us, let us know. If you have any suggestions for us to better our podcast, let us know. I'm brand new to this. I know Eric's not. He had a podcast in the past, but I'm brand new to this. We're brand new to this together. And with that being said, thank you for coming to the Amibros podcast. I am John Poppy. This is Eric, the Asian Cowboy. We're signing off. Love you guys.
peace.